An escape into a tranquility that heightens your senses and opens your eyes to an abundance of wildlife. An exploration of thriving habitats which are unique to mudflats and mangroves. A chance to experience the means by which locals have earned their living through the generations. A simple but stunning way to discover the beauty of Xuân Thủy wetlands. Xuân Thủy National Park is located in Nam Ding's Giao Thủy district, 150 kilometers southeast of Hanoi. It is the largest coastal wetlands ecosystem in the north of Vietnam and placed to the south of the Red River mouth. Hello, good of you to join me. After a 4-hour bus journey or thereabouts, I've arrived at the vast wetlands in Xuân Thủy National Park. Now I've come here hoping to discover something about the wildlife, in particular the aquatic creatures, and I'll also be meeting with the local community and find out how they make their living from the abundant natural resources here. So, come along for the adventure and I hope you enjoy the show. The core zone of the national park covers an area of 7,100 hectares, which is a complex of swamps, islets and intertidal mudflats and mangroves. Travelling around the vast green area is like moving in a maze with its picturesque scenery. The first time I've been to a national park in Vietnam, and I have to say I was totally astounded by just the natural beauty, the size. I mean, the size of the place is just vast. It's enormous, and the wetlands were so lovely as well. And there's so much wildlife, and it's just a really interesting place to be. In the morning, the water recedes, exposing various mudland creatures. Have you ever seen a fish that can walk? That's the mud skipper. While this mud skipper is working pretty hard at his morning exercise, the fiddler crab is stealing most of his meal. Look at how agile his claw is. To date, more than 200 bird species have been recorded at Xuân Thủy, and it is the most significant staging and wintering area for migratory water birds in the coastal zone of the Red River Delta. Rare species such as the black-faced spoonbill or the Indian painted stork on the hunt for food is a common sight here during the migrating season. Morning in the mangrove swamps is soon to be broken. These little egrets have woken up. The young birds are hungry and urging their parents to go in search of food in the nearby water. Nguyen Van Zee has been cultivating shrimps in his pond, which has been located inside a swamp area for many years. The wetland has offered a stable source of income that enables him to afford his daily living expenses and children's education. Mr. Day volunteers himself as my guide, as I'm so excited to get closer to the mangroves to see the birds. The water-covered area around here is about 4 hectares in size, and Mr. Day actually raises shrimp and fish here, partly for his own upkeep and his livelihood. That's how he earns his living, but also his secret, he actually entices the birds through this means. He feeds them the fish and he feeds them the shrimp, and they keep coming back for more. The birds don't like stalkers, so they all fly up when we approach them. However, the moments I am able to capture at close quarters are a profound experience. They're very beautiful, and there's big flocks of them that rose up into the sky together and interweaving, flying, making their patterns. So it was really nice. Chim ở đây đến từ nước nào?
Cưng nó di cư thì tôi chịu. Nó nhiều loài lắm. Sữa gầu đỏ cũng có này, cò này, con cuốc này. Ngày xưa ngỗng trời cũng nhiều, bây giờ hầu như không còn. Mùa thu trở đi thì cái chim di cư nó về đây nhiều. Còn mùa này đa số là chim bản địa thôi. Okay. Đây tổ đây. Dám bên đây.
The eggs are blue. I've never seen a blue egg. Have you?
Trả về tổ nó.
Mr. Day is so strict, isn't he? Luckily, I don't attempt to steal the eggs, although I really like their colour. Một năm, chim này có bao nhiêu con?
Nó một năm nó đẻ khoảng 2 lần.
Okay.
2 lần, 4 lần, 4 quả, 4 đến 6 quả. Khi nó nở chim con nó nhiều lắm.
Talking with Mr. Day, I realised that Mother Nature is always fair. As the man who protects the birds, he does get worthy compensation. The beautiful sunset that he can enjoy every day from his humble living quarters, I must admit, is beyond compare to the scarce natural beauty in our urban jungle. Since 2012, Xuân Thủy Park's management board has allowed local residents living in the so-called buffer zone to exploit aquatic products in the core area. This is the place which is teeming with the resources where they can make their living from. So people go to work, dig up the shallow surface of the soil, and they will extract all the creatures and they can sell them. They can cook them. I mean, it's amazing. I had no idea that under there, it's just, there's all this wildlife. It's really fascinating. We are strutting through the winding, grassy lane in exclusively designed shoes. The lane is bringing my guides and I, 2 friendly women, to the terrains where we will start working. The purpose of the shoes is to prevent our feet from getting stuck in the mud.
Ở cái bãi này là nó có con giòn, nấu canh ngọt lắm.
Ngon không?
Ngon. Đây, chị dẫn bạn xuống.
Chị có thể ăn bao nhiêu con giòn một ngày?
Mỗi một lần nấu là 1 ký.
1 con, alright.
Chỉ từng nỗ, chỉ ý là xuống đất này nó có nỗ đây.
Picking up the mussels seems a simple enough task, so I think we can spend some time to learn a bit.
Đây, bạn có làm thử không? Có làm như cô kia không?
Okay.
Quả giòn ở.
First, we use the special rake to dig up the mudflat surface. The rake will uncover light brown mussels intact, ripe for the picking. The greatest difficulty here is backache from so much time bending over the sandy floor. The women tell me that nowadays they only pick this type of mussel for home cooking. It is because the job is time consuming and the profits are relatively low. As I am willing to help, I have decided to look for something more lucrative. Right, this is the biggest specimen ever caught on this beach, I'm sure. This is the world record. I've broken a world record single-handedly. Hold on. This is the size of the other ones that the ladies were putting in. This is what I have done. Haha, yes. Okay, all in a day's work. Thomas đã tìm đòn nhé.
Đấy là con ngao, con ngao.
Hả?
Đây là con ngao. Còn đây mới là con giòn này.
Lan ơi, cái con này là nó chết rồi đây, chị mời em trông nhá. Có phải là con ngao chết không?
The mangrove bushes are home to the elusive animal that we are going to look for, a mollusk called conlu. We need to equip ourselves carefully to enter the bushes and avoid getting hurt by the tree's branches. They find this so funny. Chị có thể giúp em được không? Spider-Man. As we start working, we carefully scan the muddy ground to find the mollusks. This time, I find this task too difficult to fulfill. Chimoy kneels down and approaches the trees. Then, as she stands up, she emerges with 2 mollusks in her container. I'd better hurry. I crouch down and take a look. Is it this snail? Or the caterpillar? Nope. Chimoy says no.
Vứt đi, con nó không được. Đây, bạn bắt con này. Con mày, chị mới bắt.
Okay. Alright. It's been 10 minutes and I haven't had any luck. I can't see anything on the ground. My wellies are stuck and the mangrove branches would have scratched my face if I hadn't pulled on the Spider-Man mask. Oh! Finally, I discover not only 1 but 2 snails, the snails we are looking for. They are camouflaged with the mud as they appear from above, and they're really sticky. Here we go! Right, here she is. It's my first one. Oh, nearly fell over. They do speak, the little mollusks. They go,
No, no.
when you're trying to pick them up, they talk to you, but I'm like, yes, yes, come into my bucket. Gonna look for some more. Chị Hấp ơi, Neo con người khác ở đâu?
Hỏi luồn lên luồn xuống. Mỗi người đi mỗi phương.
Tại sao em không thể nhìn?
Không tìm thấy được. Hỏi luồn đi xa lắm. Xuống mãi dưới kia.
A day's work often starts at 5 a.m. in the morning and finishes at 2 in the afternoon. Apart from konlu, the sought-after molluscs of high market value, local women also bring with them crabs and other types of snails or mussels to the land. Right, here's my report on the day's work. Lots of ladies, all in the same boat. Everyone's really happy because what happened was I single-handedly brought home this bag, which is 10 kilograms allegedly. Could be less, but that's a spurious calculation. This one is really heavy. They say 50 kilos, but I don't think it is 50. The molluscs will be brought to the market to sell, and the mussels? You will know what becomes of them right after this. In Mrs. Moy's cosy house, dinner is served. The highlight of the meal is the vegetable soup cooked with the mussels we caught earlier. So I'm here at Mrs. Moy's house with Mrs. Hoff as well. So I'm very grateful they kept their word, they invited me for dinner. So this is Mrs. Moy's family, and we're about to indulge in some conson, some clam. I bought it, so I'm assuming it's excellent.
Chị mời tomat ăn canh giòn nhấp bắt sáng này.
It's really tasty, unexpectedly. Before I was sworn against seafood, but now I rather enjoy it. The wetlands, apart from being endowed with rich biodiversity, also function as a kind of sponge. They soak up the overflow of water, reducing flood damage. They also filter and break down pollutants, including oil spills and nitrogen, more effectively than any artificial device. With the climate change, the function of wetland terrain as a buffer is becoming crucial. While I stroll around the tranquil Lu Islet in Xuân Thủy National Park, the local rangers impart to me a wealth of information, but that's not the only way in which I was impressed by them. Khách du lịch thích nhất điều gì ở đây?
Họ đến đây họ được hưởng cái thiên nhiên đấy, trong lành, và đồng thời nữa là nơi đây rất là yên tĩnh. Có một số thì họ đến họ du lịch mạo hiểm tắm biển.
I never thought I'd find myself in a swimming race with a park ranger. The man is like a fish, and the river's his territory. I am well beaten, but it's a great experience in my trip. Swimming in an estuary by bountiful wetlands with a kind-hearted man who is really passionate about his work, protecting this natural beauty. It was really fun, and after the race we kind of sat down like two old chums, as though we'd known each other for years.
Thomas, bơi thế có thích không?
Thomas dạ thích.
Thomas
Đi
bơi rất giỏi.
Dạ nhanh. Không. Thomas bình thường chưa. Dạ rồi. Tại sao chưa biết đi bơi dạ nhanh?
Vì bơi thế này nó cũng liên quan đến công việc của bọn mình.
Yeah.
Đôi khi cũng có thể là lâm tặc họ đi theo thuyền, nên mình không kịp cũng phải bơi theo để coi như là chặn họ lại.
This year, the first Indian painted stork herd has arrived in the swamp, happily joining the local egrets. According to local people, the increasing expanse of mangroves among the waters have helped cool down the climate and draw in more birds to stop during their migratory journey. So, before leaving Xuân Thủy wetlands, there is one last thing that I want to do. I join a group of women who are planting Sonitaria cassiolacis, a kind of mangrove tree which is common in Xuân Thủy. I'm in an area where we're growing a tree called Kai Bat. This is Mrs. Xuyen, she's going to show me how to do it. Please, H-O-N.
Hai ngón tay như này, móc lên, khoanh nhỏ nó mới lên này, khoanh ít, khoanh ít.
I think I'm breaking their crops. Whistle while you work. Good old Seven Dwarfs. Đẹp thế. Got to catch this boat.
Bây giờ em đứng đây.
So we successfully transported the plants from this previous patch to here. There were no casualties, no animals or children were hurt in the process. And now we are ready to plant the burgeoning shrubs or trees into the bigger version over here. This is the next stage of their development. And then after that they'll be moved to the coastal area. So it just goes to show quite a lot of time, effort and work has to go into the preservation of the ecosystem here. Sitting like a ninja.
Bước luôn, em bước luôn đi. Thế rồi, nhanh. Khỏi đấy, nhanh.
Easy.
Làm thành cái nỗ này nhá. Đấy, làm thành cái hố để đặt cái này xuống này. Đấy, một cây một em ơi.
Em xin lỗi.
Cây.
One piece at a time. Yeah? Alright. That's right. We have to put them in straight. I was reprimanded for having a wonky, so I had to amend. They have to be upright, so they grow up straight like all of these ones. almost like they're sowing the seeds of their care for this place. And in fact, I feel rather chuffed that I had the opportunity to plant a tree and leave a little bit of my own legacy at Xuân Thủy. I'm somehow connected. So this brings about the conclusion to my journey, and in my time I've been really impressed upon by just how hard-working the people are, how friendly, and how passionate and concerned they are for the natural environment and ensuring sustainable development of the local region. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.